Hello everyone, my name is Mitz, and here we are with Phoenix Wright Contempt Court. We're now in the recess of this trial. What mysteries we will uncover in this? Will we ever get to the bottom of this grand mystery? Well, I guess we'll know until I press this button. Something for reading faded blood. Yeah, for the card. Is there a light bulb in my head? Do you have an idea? No, I mean, is there actually a light bulb in my head? Well, I mean, well, there's fluorescent lights, so yeah. Of course I have an idea. See, there's this girl who's been pestering us down in the precinct for a while now. I know who that is. It's like kind of scientist wannabe, if you ask me. Anyway, she once gave us a bottle of stuff she always boasted about having too much of. Oh boy, she has a bulk. It's a kind of gift to bribe us into giving her a job, no doubt. Anyway, I got the solution. Luminol spray. You spray in a surface and the faintest of residues of blood will show up. Perfect, that's just what we need. Where is it, detective? Where is it? Yeah, we need to find out what the blood on this card used to say. Yeah, and quick! Ah, jeez. You never told me to bring anything. Your career future shines, detective. Alright, listen, mate. What if I ran this card down to the precinct and sprayed it? I could phone you and tell you the results. Well, it's better than nothing, I suppose. Jeez, put my career in the line, mate. I'll call you when I find out the results, okay? Court will reconvene in 2 minutes. What? I thought we had more time. This took longer than I thought. Oh, boy. Well, I guess he's gonna call the most dramatic time, or we're just gonna find out tomorrow. Court is now back in session. Mr. Brisbane, are you now prepared to summon your witness? Don't you worry your shiny head about a judge. He's right here. Mr. Crump, in here, now! So it is Titus Crump. Well, who else would it be? Some other random person who lives in Neaville? Come on, that's a deserted town. There's only one person living there, of course. Forget those other lit houses and the church in the background. Don't forget about that. Name? Titus Crump! That is my name! Occupation? I say, have I seen you before somewhere, my boy? Yes, you have. Occupation? Oh, yes, I remember now. You're that Brisbane chap, are you not? Yes, I am. Now answer the question. Yes, please answer the question. You'll get some aneurysm. Very well, I see you're not the time for unimportant banter. I am a millionaire of sorts, and therefore do not require... Yes, I know. A job! So you're retired. Oh boy, your memory is sharp as a tack then from 5 years ago, yay. If you so desire to call it that, but a job! Oh, come on. You witnessed the murder of Verglass Bridge, yes? Tell us what you saw. In vague details. Murder! Oh, a murder of the most ungodly proportions, my boy. How you're doing this again. Two bemused individuals meet under the star of destiny. A flurry of mockeries, a wave of panic, a switch of silver, and then... a fallen body! Am I getting deja vu? No, you're thinking about a different time stream. You and me both. Oh, I remember you now. You testified as a witness to the murder some time ago, didn't you? I just realized that both your voices are going to be exactly the same. That's going to be fun. A millionaire, yes? Aha! The Honorable Judge remembers! How strange that I am again the only witness to their murder. Don't you agree? Be so kind as to the court what you witnessed, Mr. Crump. Oh, but of course, it'll be just like old times. Ah, nostalgic. What I witnessed. It was approximately midnight. I was sitting outside my home, taking the night air. Then I heard voices on the other side of the gorge. Fearing the worst, I rushed to take my binoculars and saw two gentlemen near the bridge. Suddenly, one of them pulled out a knife, a gleaming blade in the cold, dark night. And through the man's heart the cold blade did sweep. Huh. So you heard raised voices on the other side. Grabbed your binoculars and saw the murder occur? Maybe your honor would care to get a hearing aid? What? Excuse me, Mr. Brisbane? There's nothing wrong with my... Then why are you repeating what he just said? I was just asking the witness to confirm the facts. Then why... Mr. Brisbane, please desist. I personally do not have a problem with the judge merely echoing the facts. So please, calm down. Yeah, fine then. Calmed Brisbane? Yes, well, anyway, Mr. Wright, did you begin the cross-examination? Gladly, Your Honor. I like this cross, though. Approximately midnight, thanks to my home taking the night air. Press everything. Taking a night air? Well, I mean, how else will you take an air? Through your ears? No, you take it through your eyes. Yes, I do like a little fresh air. I don't believe that, though. You must agree, my boy. There's a certain freshness in the night air. And there's also more fresh when it's really cold. And you can just feel the cold hypothermia going down your nose and mouth into your lungs. It's a nice feeling. Especially the cold, crisp air of the mountains. Okay. So I went for a stroll around the village. At midnight? Well, people take night walks. Beg your pardon, dear boy. You went for a stroll around Neaville at midnight? Isn't that a bit late? Yes, well, I believe night is in its full glory until the 12th bell chime. Imagine, my boy, the whole world sleeps. Even time itself is still. Please answer the question honestly, Mr. Crump. Why were you out at midnight? That's none of your pathetic grasping at straws, Mr. Wrong. The fact is that Mr. Crump went for a stroll at night because he likes the night. Wrong. I was gonna say, that was almost rhymes. What is so hard about that if you understand? But I scarcely left my porch when I heard voices on the side of the gorge. Did you see anyone? Yes, 2 men. But keep in mind, dear boy, that they were some distance away. How much of a distance? Struggling, are we? Look, here, look at this. Yeah, the same diagram there before. This map shows the Verglas Bridge and part of Neaville. These squares in Neaville represent the closest houses to the bridge. The large square house at the top surrounded by a small river is Mr. Crump's house. You can confirm this, Mr. Crump? Indeed, my boy. That's my beautiful house. So the other side of the gorge is approximately 150 yards away. And as a bonus, I marked the locations of those involved on the map. Indeed, I moved down there when I looked at the situation more closely. Proof enough, Mr. Wrong? It's never enough. Judge, this is the record. Now! The court accepts this as evidence. Take that back. I could scarcely make them out, but I heard men's voices. And can you identify the voices you heard? I had never heard the 2 voices before, but I could identify one of them as the voice of the defendant. My client was present? Are you sure about that? Oh, indubitably, without a doubt. Indubitably? Strange how you remember a voice you never heard before. So it appears Mr. Cicatrice was present at the crime. Uh-oh, this isn't looking good. Is there any chance you made a visual confirmation 2 men at a time? Funny you should say that. During the worst, I rushed to take my binoculars and saw 2 gentlemen near the bridge. Fearing the worst? What does that mean exactly? Well, they were shouting, so I guess I automatically assumed something bad would happen. And did you get a look at the 2 men with your binoculars? I could not see the second man. The other was blocking my view. But I espied a large scar. Looking at the defendant here today, I'm certain it belonged to him. The scar gave him away? My, are you sure about this, Miss Witness? Absolutely. There's no mistaking that scar. And it is rather distinguished. Mr. Cicatrice is instantly one of the 2 men in the place of the crime. It can't be true. There must be keeping home what he just said just now. Are you okay, Mr. Wright? You look like you have something to say. Why not? Since I wasn't really there, why is Mr. Crump so adamant about seeing a scar? He must be up to something. Your Honor, defense would like to Mr. Crump add this information to testimony. Very well, if you believe it is irrelevant information. I do. Witness, you add this information to your testimony? I can't see the harm. The man who was blocking my view, the other gentleman, had a large scar on his face. Are you sure it was my client you saw, Witness? What? You mistrust the opinion of me, a poor old man? Poor? Where murderers are concerned? Don't worry, Witness. Mr. Wrong has a reputation for doing this type of thing. He's not exactly poor. It was him. I saw that scar. Vincent Cicatrice. We found his house. I feel really suspicious of Titus Crump. I agree. His testimony must be full of lies. But where should I start? Well, it's weird how he said he saw Vincent at the crime scene. So we need to find out who the men he saw really were. What's on the side of the gorge? In the worst, we rush to the binoculars. What's the best way to go about this? The bridge. Oh yeah, let's get over this statement. Which man took out the knife? The man nearest the bridge unsheathed the death blade. Death blade. He was tall when compared to the other men who was shorter than, quite portly. Sounds like Grossberg, alright. Nick, that's no way to talk about poor Mr. Grossberg. What? What did I say? And through the man's heart, the cold-bladed sweep. That would be the knife in the court record, yes? Well, I don't know. I only saw a flash of silver and I took it to be a knife. Not a witch. The man who was blocking my view, the other gentleman, had a large scar on his face. Wait, you mentioned before, like, literally, Wait! Oh, wow! I'm thinking about this. Okay, hon. I'm not gonna present, like, a profile, but... So, like, the scar is on his face, and from the way he described it, it seems like he couldn't see too much of, the victim because literally the man was in front of him. The so-called culprit was in front of him and stabbed him through the heart. So literally, the supposed defendant was, like, his back was towards him. So how could he see the scar? So, this be right here? Maybe not the... It's really faulty. I swear that's right, though. Can't see nothing faulty. Must be another thing where if you present the wrong evidence on the right track or something like that. Wrong track. Maybe literally just this because of what you said before, or... No? I swear I'm the right track, but, how do I go do that? Oh boy, already halfway done. Midnight, staying outside my home, taking the night air. The worst, isn't one of them pulled out a knife, beginning playing the cold dark night. I hope this is not one of those things where if you press a statement, you have to go back and press it again. It's blocking my view, the other gentleman had a large scar on his face. Let's present it. Let's press it again and make sure. Sure as my client you saw a witness. What? Figure out who's really there. I'm just gonna look through the evidence more again. So this is a stab into the heart. March 27th, 00 AM. Loss of blood from a large stab wound in the left side of the chest. The heart is penetrated. Photograph. Nothing there's any for there for this. Various fingers of blood. Fingerprints have been wiped. That's not gonna help. It's being examined right now. Want to make sure the rubber found the secret room in the correct manner. Oh, is it just as simple as just presenting this? Aww. The man who was blocking my view, the other gentleman had a large scar on his face. Yeah, like that way. So, like, literally, maybe just present the map. Okay, I was on the right track, but presented the wrong stuff. Okay, nice, 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 yay. I think your eyes are playing tricks on you, Mr. Crump. Excuse me? Excuse me? Take a look at the map once more. The markings of the map are correct, Mr. Brisbane? Of course they are. I did it myself, and that means that I'm never wrong. Just as I thought. You're wrong! No, you're wrong! What? Look again. You said you saw the man blocking your view of the victim and had a scar, Mr. Crump? Yes. If you were standing where this map shows you were, you wouldn't have been able to see the killer's face. So my question is, how'd you know he had a scar? Well, the gentleman, I can't remember. Of course you don't remember, because you never saw the killer's face, did you? Order! Order, I say! Indeed, witness, how were you all able to see the killer's face? Well, that is a good question. I do not know how, but I saw the scar, the defendant's scar. He was there, that's the truth. I'm sorry, Mr. Crump, but if you couldn't see the killer's face in your position, I find it very hard to believe you. Objection. Are you feeling pleased with yourself, Mr. Not Quite Right? What? Because I wouldn't celebrate so soon if I were you. Mr. Crump, you really don't remember, do you? What? Remember what, my boy? When I was talking to you during the 15-minute recess, you told me the killer momentarily turned his head to the side. Oh, yes, of course. How could it be so negligent? The killer turned his head? Are you sure? My memory's not what it used to be, my boy. But Mr. Brisbane just brought it all back to me. Yes. And that's the witness saw the cigar. Your Honor, the defense requests the witness to rectify his testimony with this information. That's true, Mr. Wright. Is the fact that the killer turned his head before the murder important? Well, obviously. It's very important. I believe a contradiction lies in this statement. Don't be stupid, Mr. Wrong. Very well, witness, amend your testimony with this information. But of course. Okay, now things are hotting up. Hotting up. Things are heating up. Heating up. Heat, hot, pot. Melting pot. I saw a scar. Forgive me, please. I haven't been very reminiscent of the murder so far. But I did see the killer had a scar on his face. He and the victim were talking. Then he turned his head to the right. Plus, I checked for anybody around that could have been watching. And that's how I saw a scar on his face. Wait. Yeah, the scar's on the left side of his face. Okay. He seemed very sensitive on the killer's face, okay. Before the defense begin the cross-examination, do you stand by what you said? Yes! Yes! Just he had braces on. Nick, earthquake! Easy mistake to make when you try to Titus Crump bellows. Very well, Mr. Wright, you cross-examination? I saw a scar. Can we please? I haven't been very much so far. I think I already know what it is, but I won't press all these. Well, to be fair, Mr. Crump, you haven't exactly been what I call cooperative. Mr. Wrong, stop badgering the witness! Yeah. It scared the life out of me. Please, Mr. Brisbane, desist. Cease and desist. It is really not necessary to put your blood pressure at risk on my account. I take it you don't accept my apology, Mr. Lawyer Person. Very well, I do not need it. Anyway, but I did see the killer had a scar on his face. But you couldn't have seen the scar. Well, I assure you, my boy, that I most certainly espied the defendant's scar. Why don't you believe me? Are all you lawyer people like this? Okay, you don't need to accept my apology, and like, oh, you don't believe me? Okay. I'm only trying to justify the facts, witness. Oh, I'm only known as a witness now, am I? You just cast aside my good name, and name I've ran in my family for 9 generations? Only to emblazon me with your selfish and incriminating label of simply witness. Please stop. Please answer the question, Mr. Crump. Mr. Wright? Yes? Did the witness just now say you saw the scar? Yes? And did he also say that he definitely saw the scar? Yes? Uh-oh, here it comes. Then it's my most considerate advice that you shut up and pay attention! Yeah! Tell a witness! Tell him how you saw it! And then after talking, then he turned his head to the right. Well, I think this is it, but I'll press this, then present, I guess. Is this the only direction he turned his head? What do you mean? Did the killer turn his head to the left as well as right? That's impossible. Look at the map again, Mr. Wrong. Oh, yeah. Look where the killer's standing. If he turned his head to the left, he'd be facing a cliff. So I tell you, Mr. Wrong, that's impossible. He's right. Well, I mean, he's also left, but, you know. And why did he turn his head to the right? So basically, it's now been completely verified that he didn't turn his head to the left. So, now we present the scar profile picture. Nice blue hair, though. Okay. It's cool. So you're sure the victim turned his head to the right? I do believe I know my right from my left, confused lawyer person. Well, my name is Wright, and I'd say you're left. You're left in the dust. Oh, really? Because I don't believe that. Enough of the critic crap, Mr. Wrong. We just spit it out. Just spittle flying everywhere. Very well. Mr. Crump, would you care to state what side of the defendant's face the scar is on? My pleasure. It is obviously on the left. Well done. I believe you're catching on. And killer turned his head to the right, as you said. His scar still wouldn't have been visible as it was on the left side of his face. What? Ah, you're right. Witness, you couldn't have seen the scar, could you? But... I'm sorry, but you can't butt your way out of this one. Butts are for pooping. Do it for Bobby. I ask you again, Mr. Crump, did you really see the scar? Yes! I saw it! Oh boy. Then how would all were able to identify the killer's missing secretaries? Nope. I'm afraid that unless appropriate proof is presented, we have only your word at the moment. Mr. Wright, please continue the cross-examination. Let's check for anybody around that could have been watching. The victim were talking, then he turned his head to the right. Okay, I think this is a new statement then. Hopefully, I think. It sounds unlikely, Mr. Crump. Beg your pardon? The murder took place at midnight in the mountains. Who would possibly be in the area? I admit it does sound a tad bizarre, but have you forgotten about... Why has he stopped? Mr. Crump, why did you stop talking just now? Excuse me? You were going to explain how it's possible that somebody could have been around, and then you stopped talking. Why? Me? I wasn't to suggest that, somebody in Neoville could have been around. Do you really think so? Well, it would make sense, my boy. On the contrary, it would make no sense at all. Oh? How so, Mr. Wright? Well, it was midnight, so, let me explain. Witness, which direction did the killer turn his head? Why, right, of course. Ah, and there is where you just slipped up. What? As you can see in the map, Neoville is situated behind where the killer is standing. If you just look to the right, like, he'd just be, like, looking, like, down the valley gorge. So my point, Mr. Crump, is that the killer was looking around for any witnesses from Neoville. And he would look behind him, not to his right. That is correct. That would be the logical thing for the killer to do. There would have been no reason for him to look to his right. Suspicious. I think the defense has by now proved that Mr. Crump must have been mistaken. The witness saw the killer turn his head to the right. He wouldn't have even known about a scar. Oh boy. Mr. Crump looks like he's gonna explode. He does look rather angry. Witness, are you alright? Oh boy. I have never been so insulted in all my life. Oh boy. I've had enough about you law people and your contradictions. Mr. Crump, please calm down. I have come down here and you treat me like a common criminal. That is it. I've had enough. Okay. Titus Crump, come back here. Okay. That old guy, he did it. He must have done it. Did you see how fast he ran? He's quick for an old man. Oh boy, he's a marathon runner. He's got something to hide. I know it. It's like, somebody go after him. Now. Stop him. Oh boy. It felt like hours. The judge eventually managed to calm him down. Bailiff, call the police department and tell them to go after Titus Crump. What was that all about? I don't know. If you ask me, he was probably being defensive. I mean, you think he did it? Why would he... Why? I don't know. But why did he act like that? It's a different person. Like, I don't know. Looks like Brisbane is includes Zion right now. Will's trials turned to take an unexpected turn. I'm afraid that the trial must be postponed until we can recapture the witness. We still get to hear this whole story. Okay, we're definitely gonna hear the Snow's thing at the card by tomorrow. Well, the investigation now. Court will hopefully reconvene tomorrow. Court is adjourned. Yeah. March 28, 11:53 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 3. Do you think they'll catch him? No. Well, he's about 70 years old. How fast can he move? Maybe he's gonna be keeping shape this whole time by going to a gym. He's been really hopping in on that treadmill for the past 65 years of his life. He started at age 5. He was a very Olympic athlete runner. On top of which, he's bound to have gone back to his mansion. Probably. I'm sure the police would catch him. Just like Snow should manage that. Nick, behind you! mind. This isn't the time for jokes.
No, seriously, it's...
Mr. Wrong?
Oh, hi!
Yeah. You got some nerve. Scaring my only witness. Well, isn't that your own fault then?
What did I do?
There was something different about him. Oh. I first saw him 5 years ago when I was accused of murdering my friend. I remember Titus Crumb perfectly, but there was something different about him today.
What do you mean?
I can't put my finger on it, but something's changed about him. Especially when he flipped out like that.
This might seem like a stupid question, but did he smell of rubber?
Maybe. What's it to you?
A rubbery smell. Both Titus and these scraps of rubber. What does it mean?
It's a good ringtone.
Nick, your phone!
The Steel Samurai. Ha!
Why am I blushing?
Anyway, I have to go.
Hello, this is Phoenix Wright.
Harry, is that you, mate?
Stop it, no. Oh, hello, detective. No, Phoenix Wright.
Oh yeah, that was it. Phoenix Wright. You gotta come to Nevo, quick.
Why? What's wrong? Did you find Titus Crumb?
No, I'm calling you for absolutely no reason. Of course we found him. Well, in a manner speaking.
What do you mean?
He's been murdered.
What? Who? What? When? Where? Why? How?
Come down here quick and see for yourself.
Okay, where are you?
In Crumb's mansion. I'll meet you outside.
Be right there, detective. What's up, Nick? Oh, boy. What? Why? Why?
Titus Crumb has been murdered.
What?
Come on, we need to get to this mansion quick.
Right, let's go.
Doesn't it even, like, make sense what the motive even is for killing both Grossberg and Titus Crumb?
Like, literally.
Mate, where kept you? Do you know how far we had to run?
Well, I mean, you could have also bicycled and trained and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But Maya managed to catch up. Nick, why did you run without me?
Get inside, you two, quick.
Oh, jeez.
Yep, this is where we found old Grumpy Guts himself.
How'd you find his secret room? You found him in this room?
No, we dragged the body in here because people kept tripping over it. Of course we found him here.
Oh, God.
That's great. The body was removed a few minutes ago and set off for an autopsy. But from what I saw of it, something seemed weird about the body.
Weird?
Weird how? We got a call from some court bailiff. He said that Crump guy's a runner in court. So me and Jake rounded up a search party. We figured he'd flee back to his house, so it was the first place we thought of looking.
Is it Marshall was with you?
Yeah, Jake's only helping me out with this one case.
I was wondering, detective, if you could tell us more about... Crump. I guess we can, like, repeat the conversation, so let's go down. Could you tell us more about how you ran from the body to Titus Crumb? Like, it was like... I mean, it was like a mechanism switch for this room, so like... Did you do the same thing like Maya and just bump the statue head?
We got a call from some court bailiff. He said that you told that part already. Anyway, we thought of searching his house. It makes sense as well. We found the front door open. So me and my search party, we barged in shouting, "Police! We have you surrounded!" Okay. Man, did I feel good. Running over the place, we found him. Here. Dead. What, you say you ran out the courtroom?
Yeah, then about 15 minutes later, you called me. Dang, the Verglas Gorge and, like, the courtroom must be, like, you know, very close.
He must have been killed roughly 10 to 15 minutes ago? Something like that.
Wait, so basically that means the killer was just waiting for him at his house, or... Maybe it was a burglar. Like, maybe, like, the burglar was in here, and, like, Titus Crumb came back unexpectedly and just burglarized, killed, and left, but... If that's the case, and literally this case is unsolvable unless there's, like, something about the burglar or something in here. Can you tell us some more about... Oh yeah, Marshall's not here, so... You said that Marshall was with you?
Yeah?
I don't see him around. Is he another part of the house?
Ooh, Jake? Nah, man, he's looking out for Crump.
Looking for Crump. Oh my god, we're looking for looking for the ghost of Crump's body now?
Yeah. See, we split up our search party. I left my half of the party here to search Crump's house.
And, oh, okay, so you're searching the rest of Neoville? Nice.
Jake and his half are combing the mountains for Crump if he's fled elsewhere.
Well, wouldn't it be a good idea to call off a search? After all, Titus Crump's here, dead.
Yeah, I'll get around to it eventually.
Well, I suppose there's no team in snow. There's not even any letters in there, so yeah. Maybe we'll go looking for Deputy Marshal later and tell him to call off a search. Oh boy, we're gonna be the errand boy for the police. Yay.
And when Snow straining himself with such an advanced task,
I mean, we don't have you don't want to call on a cell phone. Like, literally, just the amount of effort it takes to lift the phone in your pocket, hold it in a good grip in your hand, then slowly pushing buttons, just, you know, to call up your, you know, co-worker, and the effort, the mind-boggling effort it takes to strain your head to form words into a sentence and explain that that the dead body's found, you should call the search. No, of course not. Of course not.
I was wondering, Detective, if you could tell us more about... I think it's everything. Actually, it doesn't matter. Fair enough. Now stop wasting my time, mate. I got a crime scene to investigate.
I mean, you have a crime scene to stand in and look and boring around?
I think we'll leave this off here.
But, it doesn't seem like it was Titus Crump is actually the killer. Or at least he's suspicious enough for, like, lying for, yeah, that sort of thing, and he's dead, so, like, what is even going on? From the evidence we have right now, it seems like most easily that I'm, I guess the most simplest, the most Occam's razor thing here to think about is, like, a burglar was here at the time speaking, or, or someone else, like, someone close to Titus Crump, like, decided to kill him for some reason. Although I thought he was lonely, so, He said 9 generations of his family, yet he's, like, doesn't have any family here, so I guess he's the last one. Now, it doesn't make really too much sense. Unless the burglars are part of the people we've met before. I guess we'll find out next time. So, remember a fun time watching as I am playing this. We see you next time, the time may be, and I'll hope you have a fantastic day.